Hi everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22, and we are on Butschern. And the last time we visited Butschern, we talked a little bit about our equipment, kind of went around the map a little bit just to get an idea on what things need to be done, what we need to do, maybe get a little bit of a game plan. Those things change a lot, so that was probably a complete waste of time. But otherwise, one of the first things that struck me, actually, let me do this because I stopped time while I was looking around here. So let's bump that up. Yep, that looks right. Excellent. Okay. And I was kind of looking at, these poor cows. They're looking a little lethargic. I really think we need to take a little bit of time to get these things fed. We can't feed our chickens as of yet, unless we want to buy some chicken feed, which I guess we could do. But basically, the game plan is let's make some TMR. That ought to be interesting because I haven't done that yet in FS22. Let's get the cows fed. Look at this poor guy. Look. You okay, honey? You okay, sweetie? Yeah, she's. They're not. They're not talking to me. They're. They're clearly not happy with my farming skills at this point and being very hungry. So I was thinking what we would do is feed the cows, possibly get some chicken feed and feed the chickens. Even though, as far as I'm concerned, those things could probably wait because we do have 3 fields of wheat. I think 10, 6, and 1 of wheat that is ready to harvest. We also have some grassland that can be mowed as well. This grassland here is ready to go. I'm not sure about, I think this is ready to go as well, but we'll take a look at that and see what's going on with it. But yeah, I said we get at it. I said we do some TMR, and that's the part that has me a little bit iffy. I'm not sure I'm going to have my mixing ratios exactly right on, but we'll give it a go. We were given some straw, some hay, and there's some silage bales sitting on the other side of this barn, I believe, that we can grab. But let's go ahead and hop in the John Deere. I've got it hooked up to our mixer, and I guess as who is it? Katina eats kilos video says there's nothing to it but to do it, I guess, at this point. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let's see here. Fire up our Massey. So how have you guys always been? How have you guys been? I know for me, it's the weekend. It's kind of nice to be able to kick back a little bit and watch some TV, play some farm sim, stuff like that. Let's see if I can grab one bale. There we go. Now I am using the all but bale spikes. I think we talked about those on the last episode. I also talked about that. I did a little minute mod thing today as well that kind of talks about these this particular bale spike and forklift pack. Not forklift, but pallet fork pack that I really like to use. And I'll show you why, because I can pull right up here and just hit X, and it releases the bales. Really like that. So I think with TMR, my understanding is, and of course I've got that weight in the way, that's lovely. My understanding is, and just from what I've seen from other videos, 1 straw, 2 hay and 2 silage, and some mineral feed. I believe that's what we're gonna try and do. I think the tricky part is gonna be getting the right amount of mineral feed there at the end. I'm a little bit sketchy on that, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so here's another hay in there. Actually, let's turn that on so we can see what our mix ratio is. So I watch this YouTube channel. I think it's George Saunders Photography. I think he is the name of his channel, but it's really is just him working a farm, and he's in the UK. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, he does a really nice job of his photography work is really good, but also he does a good job of kind of talking about what he does on the farm and why they do the things they do. He recently did a video making TMR that I thought was really interesting because it was really identical. I mean, the game, I think, replicates making TMR really well because he, I mean, basically, he's making TMR the way we do here in Farm Sim, and they have to watch their mixing ratios the same as we do. They load their mixer, and it works just like, you know, the mixers here in Farm Sim, which I thought was really cool. The one thing I saw that he does, oh man, this thing does not have a good turning ratio. The one thing I saw that he does that I really liked was before they stick their silage bales in the mixer, they unwrap them. And in the game, you know, the whole thing just goes right in the mixer, wrap and all. And there's obviously mesh around these bales too that you wouldn't want in your mixer, but you know, maybe that's something that will change in the game at some point to make it a little bit more realistic, to where you can actually cut open the bales. I think you can. I think that is something you do if you use the Anderson bale wrapper. I think it is. You know, the one that makes the bale tubes, the sausage bale tubes. That one I think you do actually cut open, and that's another thing I haven't used yet in farming in FS22, and I'm kind of wanting to do that as well sometime. So maybe we'll get into that on this playthrough. We'll see. But so I've got 2 hay. I've got, what do I have? 2 hay and a straw in there so far, and we're just gonna try and get lined up here so that maybe I can grab 2 at once. I don't know. Back up a little bit here. Now I don't have any weight on the back of this thing, so I'm not feeling particularly stable. I am going to get out and move our buddy here so that make life a little bit easier on us. All right, perfect. So yeah, getting back to excuse me, that George Saunders channel, really fun to watch. He's a UK farmer, like I said, so some of their equipment's a little bit different than American equipment, and they do things, I think, you know, a little bit differently than we do. But at the end of the day, a lot of things, you know, a lot of things just are the same with farming. You know, you prep the field, you put a seed bed down, you plant, and you harvest. There we go. Couple of silages in there. Nice. All right, let's get this tractor out of the way. While I'm doing that, I'll tell you real quick about just the equipment I'm using. So I've got a Logitech G920 wheel and pedal setup. It's the PC Xbox One or Xbox version of the wheel and pedal setup. I also have a Logitech button box next to me here that I don't feel like I've utilized or really gotten my, you know, fair use out of quite yet. I think maybe I will more and more as I get used to just kind of running the buttons and whatnot, but I still use quite a bit of keyboard shortcuts. But I do like my wheel and pedals. I have tried using an Xbox controller, but I just find that realism, I guess, maybe realism wise, I kind of enjoy the the wheel and pedal set up a little bit more. So let's see if we can get in here. Let's take a look at our mixing ratio. Okay. So at this point, we have no mineral feed. We're all in the green, which is really good. I think I have some mineral feed in here. Yeah, good. So there's 2,000 liters of mineral feed in here. Now we're going to go real careful on this mineral feed because if it gets in the red, if any of these bars are in the red, you're done. TMR, no more. And you're going to be feeding your cows a really glorified, hay mixture, I guess you could say. I think where we want to be, and I see that green right there, I think we're in pretty good shape, and I don't want to go any further than that. I think that's mineral feed. I do indeed. Let's go give it a go. Guess nothing but to check on it and see if that is. Let's feed our cows. This should make them happy. Now I think, excuse me, I think what we'll do next is to get into the wheat fields and start getting some of those, getting those taken care of, because I think with the wheat we can feed our chickens. Let's see if our cows can get some food, make them a little happier. I think we need to get some straw in here as well. That's it. That's all we made. Let's see how our cows look. Food-wise, yeah, total mixed rations. Excellent. That's what we wanted to see. I think we only have 10 cows. I'm not exactly sure how long that total mixed rations will last for 10 cows. Let's have to wait and see. But we do absolutely want to get some straw in here as well. A couple nice things about straw for bedding. I guess primarily it's going to be just to make them more productive at the end of the day. And I think we also get manure. We'll get manure from the cows instead of instead of just slurry. Am I thinking of that right? I think so. I'm pretty sure straw is required for the manure, so I'm thinking we better get some straw in there. So here's another thing that I am not particularly good at, and that's the reversing. In fact, I would call myself below average, if I'm being generous. But we're just going to go ahead and see if we can get this setup put back in here. There we go. And we can let go of our feeder, kill our John Deere, get back into our Massey. Now I believe on this one we do have, actually now that I'm thinking about it, let's go take a look at something here real quick. I think we do indeed. We do have a shredder. With this map, on this map, the mod author, and I'm pretty sure this is optional, has put a straw trigger right here, and we can actually just dump a bale. We can actually dump bales of straw right in there. But I have not used a shredder, so I am kind of curious about that. Let's give the shredder a try. If it's frustrating, it's not something I'm into, we can put the kibosh on it and just go with the more simple form of just grabbing a bale and dumping it right into the barn. So as far as my button box goes, I haven't I'm curious to see how it does with stuff like uh what do I want to say? Um, forestry equipment. I haven't used it for any kind of any kind of forestry equipment or front loader. I have tried a little bit with a front loader, um, but I haven't used it with forestry equipment. And I'm thinking the joystick on the button box might be kind of handy to use with forestry equipment. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Oh, didn't like that. Yeah, that was kind of silly. Okay, so we'll pull this thing down. And at this point, I am generally confused. Let's see here. I got rid of my whoops, got rid of my straw. Making a mess out of this, aren't I? Let's see if we can pick our straw up again here. Okay, there we go. Now I think we can put the straw bale. I think we could put the straw bale right on the back side of this thing. And I know if you're not thinking it, I know I'm thinking it already, and that is by this time I would have already had the straw dumped inside the cow pen, but this is part of the game. It's part of the I don't know, it's part of the allure of the game for me is doing stuff, like this and actually, trying stuff out and see if you like it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But, you can always do it a different way next time. Okay, so I'm going to dump this bale of straw right here. Try not to hit the barn pole. And I'll tell you, that was definitely not done properly. But we're making it work, right? We're making it work. Okay, so let's see here. We bring this up and in. Excellent. Alright, that wasn't so bad, I guess. Huh. I can go with that. Oh! Let's back this guy up here. See if we can do this without hitting the pole. Let's see if we can get into the barn. I think I'm spraying it the right direction. In fact, I am. I'm curious if there's any other. So we've got this back door. I don't think we have any other adjustments for it. And I think it's just a toggle on and off. So let's do this. Let's get some straw in here for our little cow buddies. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So I'm curious to see how much straw they go through as well. Oh, we got some eaters. Look at them all coming in here to eat. Hey, buddy. The food's on the other end. Hey, guys. Yo. The food is down there. Oh, actually, does the food kind of creep, or is that just the Huh. Thought I got all the food. Yeah. The food's down here, guys. This one gets it. This one right here. She gets it. Down on the other end. Oh, well. I guess they're eating. Let's see what kind of straw we got. Let's see, we got 5,000 liters of straw. Let's just go ahead and toss the other one. Oh, well. No. Actually, I was going to toss the other one in here, but now I'm thinking let's not, because I might regret doing that. Save it for filler for our TMR. So, I think we'll call that good. You guys don't want to watch me do the painful act of putting another bale of straw in the shredder. Anyways. This farm doesn't have a, this is the smallest map I've played on so far on FS22, and I've been wanting to play a small map. Um, just because I find them to feel more homey and just kind of, I don't know, they're a little more manageable to some extent. I am going to hit that pole. Nope. Did I? Oh, I Forrest Gumped my way somehow or other. You know what? I'm going to call that good and not, yeah, I'm going to call that good. Absolutely. I don't know. Small maps I find pretty enjoyable to play. I find they're almost equally enjoyable as large maps. It just depends on, your style of gameplay. I do have, did I load course play? No, I did not load course play yet. And I don't have auto drive on here either. I might add course play at some point. We're just gonna have to wait and see how things go with our harvesting and different field work and stuff. I'm not convinced I want to use course play on this map. I kind of just want to take my time and chill and do things at a little bit slower pace. All right, so here's our John Deere Combine. Not the biggest header in the world, but you know what? I think this will be a nice size for the fields we're dealing with. Let's go ahead and do a quick repair on that. And looks like the header's in good repair. That's another thing I wanted to mention too. I am using the mobile workshop mod, which pretty much makes this workshop area here kind of unnecessary, because you can go right up to your equipment and you can do your repainting, you can do your repairs right there. You can do all your customization right there, and I really like that. This mod I really like, because I mean, let's face it, if we had to bring, I mean, how would we get in here with that? You know, I personally wouldn't find it the most fun always having to go here. You could go to the store too, I guess, but that just doesn't sound like a blast to me. My backing up skills are lacking as it is. All right, so let's get this going. Where are we going first, I guess? That's a good question. Oh, and we are running precision yeah, we are running precision farming. So technically we need to purchase field info. You know what? I think we should get that out of the way. Should we harvest? So, it seems like somebody told me that it's better to harvest them first and then buy the field info. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, we're going to need to buy all this field info here. But I think I'm going to stick with the harvest first. I don't think it's going to do us any good to get our soil samples done prior to. In fact, if anything, it might hurt us. I'm not particularly sure, because I am just going to take these fields the way they are. I'm not going to go in and weed or do anything else. In fact, I think it's too late to do any of that anyway, since they're ready to go. Right now I'm so not familiar with this layout, so I'm just looking to see where we are. So we just need to come out and get on Highway 6, get on Highway 6 here and take it up to Field 10. So yeah, let's see if we can do this without crashing. Oh yeah, that's great. I love that fence right there. Just oh, see, I'm hitting something already. I tried to do the old wide, the old wide turn, fancy truck style, but clearly not gonna happen. Holy cow! I can actually smell the burning rubber. Unbelievable. See, this is what you're gonna get. Is you're gonna get me making mistakes like that. And I'm just gonna get this guy. Come on, buddy. Come on out of there. I'm sorry, but I need to get you unstuck. It's so mad at me right now. It is so mad at me right now. And that header's gonna get ganked up too. I have made a mess of this. But I don't want to just, I don't want you guys to think that, hey, I watch some of these YouTube videos, and I see cuts. I see the cuts in there. I see how, they're covering up for their bad driving skills. Well, you guys get to see my horrible driving skills at their finest. The good part is I'm probably not going to do that again. I think I'm a relatively fast learner on what not to do. I hope so, at least. I think we're going to go out here and we're going to take a right and head up to our field. I think I was just being too overly cautious. The other thing we need to do, actually, I think I don't have traffic turned off. I usually turn off traffic because I find it super annoying. I think I have the Follow Me mod installed, I think. So I'll have to take a look at that and make sure I've got the Follow Me mod. I really like the Follow Me mod. Just makes things a little bit easier when you're playing like this, to not have to go back and forth and drive back and forth. It gets a little bit on the monotonous side. I think this is our field right here on the left, and indeed it is. I need to pull off here, get off the road so that we don't stop traffic. And I think what we're gonna do now, I do have whatchamacallit turned off, crop destruction. And I did that specifically because I try not to make a mess of it. Like, I try not to purposely drive over crops. I try to do it I try to be as nice as I can, basically, with the crops, but it's a game, and at the end of the day, sometimes you have to run over your crops to get things done. I watch some. I'll give credit though to some YouTubers I watch that have crop destruction on. I do not know where my trailer is, now that I'm thinking about it. They have crop destruction turned on, and they're playing these British maps with gates and things like this, and I'm watching them, and they pretty much just say, well, you know what? You're going to destroy some crop. It's part of the, it's part of the game. That's what I'm looking for right there. That's what I'm looking for right there. The Massey might look a little bit better on the front of that thing, but you know what? We're going to grab this trailer. We're going to grab this trailer. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Oh, here we go again. Now let's see if I actually did learn anything about how to exit a barn. Hey, that was a little bit smoother that time, right? I'll tell you right now that for me, frustration leads to changes, and I will start parking machinery outside if dealing with barns becomes more frustrating than it's worth. I try to keep my stuff inside, and I try to keep it, that way, but not if it's gonna, not if I'm gonna lose years off my life just trying to deal with parking inside. Oh, that guy, yeah, he thought I was gonna hit him. Do you see him slow down? Yeah, that is one thing I do like about leaving traffic on is I like messing with them a little bit. All right, so we are here on field. What is this, field 10? That's right. I'm in front. I'm in front. I want to stay out of the way here because we want to make sure we leave room for our combine. All right. I think this is a good place to leave it today. When we come back, we are going to start harvesting field 10, I believe. Yep, we're going to start harvesting wheat on field 10. We've got our cows fed. At least they're not going to die on us. And once we start harvesting here, we can go back and we can use some of this wheat for our chickens, and they'll be happy, and we can feed them as well. But I do appreciate you guys putting up with my gameplay and joining me tonight. It's been fun. I appreciate it. You guys take care of yourself. God bless, and I will see you next time here on Butschern.